Hi everybody, my name is Andrea of Makadrez.com. Today I'm sitting here with star Asia Taliaferro. I said it correctly?
You did.
Oh, I said it correctly.
Look at that.
You guys know I'm challenged when it comes to names. Don't judge me. So how you feeling today on this beautiful Sunday?
I'm good. I'm just happy to really be alive.
I hear that. We all
That's
are,
just
right?
a big thing for me. Just
Yes.
opening my eyes and feet touching the floor. So I'm good.
Tell us what's going on with you, because you have a whole lot of things that you do. Because like earlier when we spoke about, I just thought just originally a nonprofit, but you just said a whole bunch of stuff you're working on as well. So let us know more about you, yourself. What do you do?
I'm the CEO and founder of Majic Closet, which is a image branding and closet curation company, and as well as Magic's PR firm, which is a public relations firm, and my nonprofit, BEOYL.
So BEOYL, it's interesting because it's based out of New York and specifically for Queens, Jamaica Queens, correct?
No, it's for anybody that wants to
Oh, because
come.
the mission statement says that you help a lot of the neighborhood in Queens, basically.
Well, that's where the girls are predominantly from. But it started in Queens, but it's open to every young girl.
So what do you do with your nonprofit? Let us know more about it.
What we do with BEOYL, which is bringing back the essence of our young ladies, it's basically a mentoring program for young girls ages 8 to 18, where we have mentors from around the tri-state area in different career fields that come on a weekly basis that gives them different workshops on etiquette, self-esteem, peer pressure, sex education, anything to help them be productive young women in today's society. Because a lot of our young girls, some of them are out of the foster care system and they don't learn the proper essentials for being young ladies. Some of them don't know how to put on a pad properly. Some of them don't know about getting their period or things like that.
Really?
So what BEOYL will do is give them those necessary tools, and then after they go through the coursework, which is about 20 weeks for the older girls, because we have them in 3 different tiers: the rubies, the sapphires, and the diamonds. The diamonds, which are the older girls, they have a cotillion at the end.
Oh.
To bring it all together, to bring what they learned in these workshops and in these classes, now they can show the visual to their family members and different community officials and, those people.
That's really beautiful. Well, how are you making these connections?
Basically, it's really just getting out there. It's getting out there and sending an email like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. I'm a village kid. And I say that
You
because
keep saying that. What does that mean, village kid?
it takes a village to raise a child. No parent can do it on their own.
It's true. It's true.
And I have had a strong village from a little girl on up, from educators to friends to family. That has been my backbone, that has been my wings as I go through this journey of life. And, people gave back to me, so I can't give back to these young girls. And it's not just girls from the foster care system. It's any young girl, ages 8 to 18, who parents sign them up and say, my child needs to be a part of this. Like, they need to get these tools. I can't do it by myself. I need your help. I need your village help. So it's me reaching back to my village and bringing them to help somebody else.
But what inspired you to start this program? To want to work with young girls, especially in that sense, when you're saying how you notice some of these girls don't know proper hygiene techniques?
Because I'm very hands-on in my community. I talk to the young people. I'm engaged with them. I go back to my junior high school. I go back to my elementary school. And I get these mentees. They attach themselves to me. I'm like a youth magnet because I'm like that good auntie, that fun one. So I have these young girls and just being in conversation with them and hearing what they're going through, and even having conversations with parents. And parents are saying, like, this is what I'm going through with my kid. Like, I need help. And my whole thing was like, a light bulb went off one night. It had to come from God because it sure didn't come from me. And I was like, oh my gosh, bringing back the essence of our young ladies. And it was like, okay, BEOYL. And so people like BEOYL. Like, so if you looked at the logo, it's a lady pouring out oil. That's the essence of our oil. Like, somebody has to give back to us. Somebody has to pour back into us. And that's really what it's all about.
Nonprofits. How exactly does one start a nonprofit?
Write the vision and make it plain. Write what you want your nonprofit to be about. What's your mission statement? Why are you doing this? What's the vision? Where do you see this going? Who is it to help? Who is your demographic audience that this nonprofit is going to cater to? You write all that down. You get all of that planned out. Like I did the curriculum myself for BEOYL. I wrote the entire curriculum. And you got to put that time in. Like nonprofits is not something that develops overnight.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to develop a nonprofit. You have to get deemed as a 501c3.
Yeah, because that's actually one of the hardest
things to do. So, being in the process of getting all of that done, they got to see you doing the work. They really have to see that you're doing the work.
So what impact do you see this program have done for these young ladies that you're helping?
Whew. Some of them have had like issues at home with their parents, like that communication barrier between mothers and daughters is just not there. Like mothers and daughters are like literally banging heads.
Yeah.
As if they're girls you went to school with. Like mothers and daughters having these arguments, and what has happened is that we have opened that portal where mothers and daughters can sit down and have transparent conversations. Because it's nothing like being a parent living in a house with your child and not knowing your child, what they're dealing with, what they're facing. Some of our young people wanted to commit suicide, have tried to commit suicide because they don't have that communication with their parent where they can go and say, hey mom, I'm dealing with this. This is what's going on. I'm dealing with this at school. I'm dealing with this in this relationship. How can we push our young girls to have healthy relationships when they get older and they don't have healthy relationships with their parents?
How do you communicate with a parent to open that communication when it's the parent doing it, not the child?
Well, we bring specialists in as part of the mentors. Some of them have, counseling.
Not to say it's always the parent, but yeah.
Some of them have counseling and family practice, certifications and stuff where my thing is parents have to be involved in the program. It's mandated that parents be a part. They have to play a part.
So the children and parents are simultaneously doing the program together?
Yeah, so parents are in their workshops. In January, we're having a mother-daughters workshop where we're taking off the mask. And the first half of the workshop, the mothers are going to be in with the facilitator of the workshop, who is Erica Riggins-Brown over Sister I Got Your Back, nonprofit program. And they're going to have their workshop with her. Then we're going to bring in the daughters to join the mothers. And there's going to be different exercises they're going to go through that's going to break down some of these barriers.
That seems like a very emotional workshop.
It's going to be intimate. It's going to be very emotional.
It seems just very emotional already.
Yes. So, we invite young girls and their mothers to come between the ages of 8 to 18. And so it's going to be real good.
So how long have you been running this workshop?
These workshops, so BEOYL started in June when we launched our Bringing Back the
June of 2018?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a brunch, Embracing Our Daughters brunch, which brought the mentors of the program together with some of the girls and parents, so they got to meet and greet each other while I was doing the groundwork of putting all the paperwork in and getting everything done. And in October, we full-fledged launched it out. And it has been amazing since.
These are the coaches, correct? The members?
The mentors?
The mentors. They are very top tier women that are like very impactful from people that you know, some people that you've heard of, some people you have not heard of. How exactly do you make these connections? And let us know exactly, because there's so many women that are the mentors that I know I'm going to miss somebody. So let us know who your mentors are and how do you make the connections with your mentors?
Who are my mentors? As I said, Erica Riggins-Brown. She is the CEO and visionary founder of Sister I Got Your Back. She's like my spiritual mom. Who else? We have Dr. Elisa English. She's a celebrity therapist, and we have seen her on Fox 5, BET, CNN. I work side by side with her. She's like my right hand. Little Mama, Natia Dunkirk. That's like my sister. We went through a process together, a self-development process together, and that's how we met. And she's been on board with that. Jeannie Custodio, she's a fashion designer. Afro Libre is her design line. It's so many. It really is. I may
Yeah.
forget somebody. Nakia Brown from Anatomy Potion. She do the herbs and the scrubs for your body and taking care of yourself and proper hygiene for young girls and women. We have a lot of people. Shara Perry. She's a correctional captain for Department of Corrections. So so many people we have is from different walks of life. We have Madison Joseph from MJ Beauty brand. She's a makeup artist and she has an eyelash line and they're going to do the makeup week. We have Andrea Crawford. She's one of the talent acquisitionists for Nike. She was my manager that hired me when I worked for Nike back when. So it really was just reaching back to those that have sold into me and has been a part of my life. Just reaching back and getting them to pour into somebody else's life because they have the wisdom. They have everything that's necessary for helping these young girls be the best they can be.
Would you say this is your passion that you're doing right now?
Yeah.
I can see, because speaking to you, you can see her enthusiasm when she speaks about it. But other than the nonprofit, you do other things. Because you have your styling company and you have your PR company.
Yes.
So how exactly are you balancing everything?
I tell people all the time, I'll sleep when I'm done. I really will. Like, success, you can't sleep for success. And my thing is, I want to get to a place where those that are connected to me doesn't have a need. And so, like, one of the projections for the future to come is to build a house called Serenity's House. And Serenity's House is basically going to be the in-between transitional place for the young girls coming out of the foster care system. So at Serenity's House, they're going to learn home economics. They're going to learn, how to be young women. They're going to be prepared for their husband down the line. Because I don't want no man to think he's fixing a broken girl. Because of the journey her life has been. So, I have seen young girls that are into prostitution, stripping. And I've seen them taken advantage of because they're considered to be broken. But sometimes people don't realize broken pieces still can be used. And just because you're broken doesn't mean you're unable to be fixed. And so that's my whole thing. Like, there's not going to be no young girl connected to me that's going to be deemed as broken, where people feel like they're a charity case or you need me to be who you are. They're going to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and do for themselves because they'll have the necessary tools.
Wow. I'm speechless. How much young girls have you helped?
Me individually?
Yeah. Through the program, through your
Through the program, through going to schools, I would say BEOYL has impact over 400 young girls.
That's amazing. I have to say it's amazing because when you speak to any teacher that teaches children that are elementary, junior high school, even some high school students, but I mean elementary especially, the stories that they give you that these young girls are dealing with, you'll be in disbelief. You are in and it makes you want to cry because you could never believe that a girl that's in the 3rd, 2nd, 4th grade, 1st grade, that will come out her mouth.
Oh, they say a lot.
You would not believe that.
They say a lot.
They'll tell you stuff that you've never even heard of in your life.
I know, and it's so crazy because I've done so much in my 29 years of living. I was a peer educator for the National Aid Society under Queen's Child Guidance Center. So I've seen a lot. And I've heard, through working with them, I've been in contact with people that are HIV positive, that have full-blown AIDS, and have heard their testimonies of how they contracted the virus. And it's like, wow. Wow, and then looking at statistics and looking at how the age bracket of these statistics keep getting younger and younger. I've encountered a young girl that was pregnant and she's 10 years old.
What?
Yeah. So it's like the way society has changed and what our kids are exposed to on TV and things like that, it's like somebody has to be that go-between to show them that what you see on TV is makeshift, it's scripted, it's not reality.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true.
And that's why BEOYL is coming out with the magazine, BEOYL magazine, to highlight women of color that are trailblazers, that are breaking ground, that are doing things that they don't get to see them on TV. But they're at arm's reach. They're in their communities. So they're right where they can reach them and contact them. So that's why the mentees of the program have to interview these people for the magazine so they can get to know them and they can be like, oh my God. And each person is connected to somebody that has some type of comparison to what they want to be when they grow up. Even though we change over time what we want to do when we get older, but just to have somebody that they can go to and say, hey, I'm envisioning doing this when I get older. Because I tell them all the time, sky's not the limit. It's beyond that. We break glass ceilings. We are glass breakers. We do it.
That's beautiful.
And as these young girls know that and understand and believe in themselves because of how society deems you gotta look a certain way, you gotta be a certain complexion, and our young girls are now struggling with their self-identity, I'm breaking that. That's my whole goal, to break that. Love who you are, embrace who you are. Be bold, be beautiful, be you. And that's what our young girls have to understand.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. So let us know about the other companies. About your PR company and your styling company now.
Okay, Magic's PR firm. It's a public relations firm that basically deals with image branding, marketing, and, you know, we just help artists, we help actors, actresses, you know, anybody in any field. We really don't deem like we only work with these people. No, we work with everybody because everybody is somebody. And, you know, everybody has a brand. We're living in a day and time where everybody is branding themselves. They're branding something, whether it's their kids, whether it's their dog, or a chair in their house. So if this is what we're going to do, let's do it right. So basically, I just come up with the strategy plan and the marketing plan of how we're going to push you out. And that's really it.
So who have you worked with so far?
Oh, who have? Viva La Coco, she's a celebrity designer. Dr. Lisa English. Janelka Turpin, she's a gospel singer. Janitha Wright, she's a gospel singer as well. Jermaine Elliott, he just dropped the Something single with Dave East and True Life. It's all over the radio.
So you mainly focus on the music industry?
Yeah, and I do like production, movie stuff as well. I was a part of a 4-part movie web series, Pray Before You Eat.
Okay.
Nice. I helped write that and produce that web series. So I've been on set working with Law and Order, different movies,
Wow.
No Regrets with Loretta Devine, and, you know, just different things.
And you bounce it all at one time, basically. Everything is fully functional running. Do you have a team that you work with, or is it mainly you?
It's mainly me, but I have advisors. My thing is that I'm never afraid to ask for help. I'm never afraid to ask questions if I don't understand something. And that's really what it is, like, reach out and ask. Sometimes we are so prideful that we don't want to ask people questions. And my thing is, like, people come and ask me stuff. I give you information. I'm not the type of person that be like, oh, I got to keep this to myself because I don't want you. No, you want to know, I got it from X, Y, and Z, and this is how you get it. And that's it. Like, I don't need to keep things to myself. That's not helping. Like, each one reach one, help one.
Yeah, it's true.
My thing is, and I always say it, when I go, everybody else go. It's not about me. I didn't get to a place by myself. Yeah, I may have walked through the door by myself, but somebody pushed me.
Yeah.
And the same push that somebody gave me, it's my mantle. It's my job to push somebody else.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me. It's about helping other people. Like, I don't want to be at the top. I just want to be able to be in a place where I can help you get to the top. And I said in a workshop years ago, and I never forgot it. It was called, Who's Holding Your Ladder?
I like that.
Who are the people that's holding your ladder as you climb up to success? Are there people that once you get to a certain height, they're going to pull it out from under you? Or is it people that's going to make sure it's firm and it's sturdy?
So far, you said that you have mentored 400 girls through your program. How would you say running this program has impacted you?
I've always been a people's person, so that's been great. But it has, like, now the responsibility factor and understanding that I have so many people's hearts, because young people, they get attached fast. And I see the girls, they're very protective of me. They do. Like, yesterday, I called one of them to check up on her, and I was out with my best friend. She's like, who you with? Like, why you with? Wait, let me see. I'm like, hey, baby girl, chill out. Man, it's like knowing that I have all these little eyes looking at me. I have to be that example. There's no room for failure because they're really looking at me. Like, I've seen so much in this lifetime. I've seen a whole lot. I've experienced a whole lot.
Especially dealing with children, because it breaks your heart when you find that out what they're dealing with. It's kind of like, you? What?
Yeah, like last year, August, I was in a major car accident that left me paralyzed waist down. Yeah. Been through
What happened?
rehab,
Like, you're...
been through PT, did everything, because my whole thing was I'm not going to be a victim to my circumstance that's temporary. I had to push myself. Like, even if when the physical therapist came in when I was in the hospital and they wanted to do the bare minimum, no, we're not. We're doing more than that. Get me up out this bed, get me a walker, get me crutches, get me something. It took an angel coming in the room, because still to this day, nobody knows who the lady was that came into my room, and that cracked my leg. To the point where I started getting feeling in my leg, that I was able to walk to the bathroom by myself and call the nurses to say, I've been calling out for the longest.
Wow.
Like,
I'm getting chills listening to this right now.
Doctors were standing outside of their office doors the day I left the hospital because I was running up and down the hallway.
Wow.
Because they're like, this child was in here for 11 days and she was unable to move. I had people cleaning me. Like, I couldn't do nothing for myself.
Oh my gosh.
And I had like this cannot be life.
Do you still drive, or?
Yeah, I still drive. I still, I do everything.
Because after that, some people may say, I'm not touching a wheel after that.
No, I just have anxiety. I wasn't driving. I was in an Uber. So it's really anxiety being in the car with other people driving.
Yeah. It's a real thing. Because I remember I got into an accident years ago, and when I would drive in cars, and once they get too close to the car, I'm jumping. And people used to always tell me, like, relax, you're fine. But it's like
you can't relax.
Normal reaction.
Anxiety is real, and depression is real. I've dealt with depression this whole time dealing with this accident, because my life had changed. Now I have aches and pains in my body I never had before. I had surgeries and scars on my body I never had before. So it's like certain mornings I get up, I deal with it now. It's called temporary paralysis, where I can't move and I just have to wait it out. So you're sitting there and going through my mind. Is it
a mental thing, or literally you can't move?
Literally, I can't move. I have to wait.
You don't feel your body?
At all. I have to wait till it passes. Wow. And then you're sitting there and everything's going through your mind like, what if this don't pass? What if this is it? So, like, yeah, I made it out of that thanks to God. But what happens if I get one of those episodes again? And it's it. Where do I go from here?
Right, right.
So my whole thing is like, while I have the activity of my limbs and I'm able to do without restrictions. And that's just really what it is for me. Like, the sky's not the limit for me. Whatever I want to do, I can do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah.
That is something. Wow. So, let us know what is going on with BEOYL in 2019.
Going on with BEOYL in 2019, they have their cotillion, which will take place the ending of April, beginning of May. We are reaching out to this amazing guest speaker. We can't announce her name yet, but it's in the works. We have the magazine launch, which we're pushing to launch for March of 2019, Women History Month, because it's going to be highlighting some amazing women. They have so much stuff. They have community service projects. They have a big Being My Best Cheerleader weekend with Nike. So, yeah, we got a lot coming up.
After that story, our energy level just went. Because your resilience, I could feel it. I feel it, and I could feel where you're like, you're not stopping me. What you saying don't matter to me. I'm still going to do me regardless of what.
Regardless.
And I could feel it. And it's amazing. I love to come across Black women who are empowered. And not just like, oh, yeah, I'm empowered just talking about it. I could feel it. Just speaking with you. You are marching your own path.
Yeah.
And you're not letting nobody stop you in your march.
Yeah. I have to.
So I'm just curious, what is success to you at this point? At this point, all that you have done, what would you define success as?
Success is the place I'm at now. People always ask me that. Like, I think people look at success as having, like, a lot of money, being rich. No, I'm wealthy in so many capacities of my life. I'm wealthy in love. I'm wealthy in health. Like, so I'm successful now because I'm able to do what I want to do with no restrictions. So that's success. I'm successful now. Hey. And so really that's it. I'm just walking through doors that God's opening.
But you said the place that you're in right now. What is that place, would you say?
I call it my happy place.
You're in your happy place.
I'm in my happy place because it's all things well. All things are good. Like, I'm living, I'm thriving, I'm being the best me that I can be. I'm doing what I love. So, yeah, it's my now.
My name is Andrea. If anybody wants to speak, to connect with you, donate, join the mentor program, where can they connect with you?
www.starasiataliaferro.com, which is StarAsiaTaliaferro.com. I'm on Instagram. My main Instagram page is @Magic's PR Firm. From there, you can link to BEOYL's Instagram and Magic's Closet.
And if you did not catch anything Asia just told you, it will be below. So definitely look below for whatever you need. Exactly what she just said. My name is Andrea of Makadrez.com. I just spoke with Star Asia. I cannot say her last name, but you heard it before. I will see you next Tuesday on new episodes, and we will talk soon. Bye.